Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Coffee number two. Stayed in bed a few more minutes this morning. Popping on to the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all that stuff. Coming at you guys this morning from beautiful downtown Windham, Maine, where it's a balmy, I don't know, 11, 12 degrees, something like that. It's cold. We got some snow the other day before yesterday, and we're going to get some more snow tonight. So, trying a little something different with regard to the audio today to see if that's any better on the lives. And guys, let me know. Hop in the chat and let me know if you think it's any better, any different, whether it sounds crappy or not, or echoey. So, I'll go back to the other way and we'll try something different. Chris Olson's been helping me out with my sound because he's got a pretty good setup at his place. So bought a little thingamajig for podcasting and want to make the podcasting audio better anyway. So just checking that out. We'll see when I pop up here on Facebook. If you guys aren't on there yet, let me know. There, Wendy, morning sunshine. Matt Moore, good morning, buddy. Can you guys tell any difference in the sound today? Just let me know. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, good to see you guys here. Thank you for coming. Thanks for always tuning in. A little Saturday show for you today. Not in a hurry. Matt Moore says, sounds great. Maybe a bit better than normal. What's the sleep score? Any guesses? Any guesses what the sleep score is? Fight me. Yeah. Talk to me. What do you think the sleep score is? Coffee number two. So I got a little late jump this morning, but needed it. Been trying to sleep to the level that I need. And that's new for me because I always figured I'd sleep when I was dead. I'm going to be dead a long time. So thought maybe that would close, Matt. 79. You're getting to know me. You're getting to know me. Got a 79 today on the sleep score. Probably would have been higher, but when you have dogs and you're restless, little thing called sleep apnea, that'll get you. So I can't complain for right now. It's going all right. And I remember the days when I used to wake up and feel rested. So we'll get back to that. But anyway, we'll wait just another minute, see if anybody else jumps on. Yeah. What do you guys have planned today? What's going on? Saturday. Yeah. It was a long week. We had some stuff. Week 2 of the hip. Week 2 of the hip recovery. She tried the cane. She thought she was going to run a 5K today, but that went off the books. And I'm just kidding. But yeah, Wendy's doing well. She's doing well, and they don't tell you, hey Patty, how are you? Christy, how you doing, kid? They don't talk to you about the emotional side of the recovery and stuff like this. And Patty, I'm sure you know, with Roy going through what he went through, it's a lot, man. Just what are we doing today? Nothing. You're going to sit there and recover. Here's a TV. Here's some crossword puzzles and coloring books and have a blast. That's not what someone that's going all the time wants to hear. So it's tough. But we try to be in a spot where we're grateful for modern medicine and being able to have a major major joint replacement and still be able to walk the face of the earth. So Danielle's here. Good to see you. Matt Moore says family day and packing for our Key West trip. Hoping we don't get delayed too much with the storms tomorrow. What are they saying? 10 p.m. tonight through about dawn, I think, for snow in the Northeast. But doesn't sound too crazy, but we'll see. Yeah, it is hard, Patty. But hey, woe is me, right? We got to get through it. We got to do it. We're fortunate we can recover. And it's just a little bit of a step back 5 yards and punt. We're going to get there. So listen, you can't go with a Tay-Tay coloring book. Yeah, Wendy's friends, Coop and Christy, dropped her off a Taylor Swift coloring book. So yeah, I'm going to have to check in my man card now. Anyway, good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on a Saturday to check this out. Had a good, funny conversation with my friend Dave Brackett this morning. He lives down in Florida. So we had a few laughs to open up the day, which is always good. And it made me think, if you want to stay connected with somebody that's not living around you right now, you certainly can do that. Just takes a little bit of effort, right? Just takes a little bit of effort on everybody's part. So oddly enough, Dave and I probably talk more now that he's in Florida than we did when he was in Maine, which is just kind of funny. It's kind of odd. So, and the way I look at it, you can change your whole life in 4 or 5 hours. If you want to see somebody, you can jump on a plane and go see him, right? Dave Zemchek is here. Good to see you, my man. So I wanted to talk today about why most people quit too soon, all right, and how to stick it out. And there have been some times, even recently, where I've just had some struggles with what I'm trying to do business wise, and been like, man, am I 3 feet from gold, or am I a long way off? Am I 2 years into this 10-year overnight success thing, right? So I've had to find some ways to just stay with it and stay creative, and not want to feel like giving up on something I'm passionate about, right? And whether it's, and I know it's in me. I know it's in me. I just have to be patient, be consistent, stick it out. All the things that I had to do when we were racing triathlon, right? You had to be patient. You had to lay down the tracks. You had to put the hay in the barn, as they say. You didn't just show up on race day because race day was fun and think you were going to compete. You got to do the work. You got to do the things that people don't like to do, and when it's dark and the early mornings and the things when nobody's looking, right? And when you're feeling frustrated, guys, quitting can feel like the easiest option, right? But perseverance will pay off for sure. So I want to talk to you guys today about why people quit too soon and what separates those who succeed from those who never make it. So guys, put in the chat, how are you doing today? 1 to 10. See what's happening. Dave's here. Patty's here. Christy's here. I don't know where Matthew Tolman is. He gets mad if he doesn't make the live. I like to call him out, see what he's up to. Dude goes hard in the paint, and I like that. So 1 to 10, how you doing today? Also, who have you got in the Super Bowl? Dave, I was sad to see your Bills go under there, and I was pulling for you. I was a Bills fan there for a day. So hoping you're doing all right. So Matt Moore's a 9. I'm going to say I'm 9. I'm 9, 10-ish. Yeah. I mean, who's got it better than me? Throw in there how you doing. Let's check Instagram, see if anybody's on there. It's weird. I don't see the stuff on Insta for some reason. So if you guys are out there watching, I appreciate you being there. Maybe Instagram doesn't like me. That's okay. Sorry about that music thing, but I was just trying to have a walk-up song. Kristen, how are you? Good to see you. All right, so let's talk about the psychology of quitting versus just staying the course. I call it the valley of disappointment, right? And that's where you are when it feels like nothing's working. You're like, man, it just seems like, God, I can get a good project, but then, this happens and that happens and woe is me, right? But there's different phases that go on with this valley of disappointment, right? When you start, you're in that excitement phase, right? Everything's new, fresh, and full of potential. Hey, whether we're starting a business or we're starting a new workout routine or it's a new relationship or whatever it is, we're fired up, right? And then you have that dip where the grind sets in. Results slow down. Doubt creeps in. This could be for weight loss too. You can apply this to anything, guys. Justin, Katie, how are you? You can apply this to anything. But then if you hang on to it, you have that breakthrough phase. And right before there is where most people quit, or the people that quit, that's where most of them do. So think of planting a seed, right? I'll use that analogy. You water it daily, and for weeks you see nothing. Many stop watering right before the roots take hold, right? You've heard that story about the bamboo, right? The bamboo tree, you water it for 5-6 years, and then in 60 days, it grows 120 feet, something like that. I probably butchered that, but that's okay. You get the point. David says, I'm a 6, using the weekend to recharge the mental battery to 10. Yeah. Dude, are you hitting that life rock? I hope you are. Today's a good day to do that. Get out there in the cold and just be resilient. And then we have the quitter's loop. How your brain trains you even to give up. because quitting feels like relief, right? Phew, it's fine. I don't have to worry about that anymore. The brain actually sees it as a reward. Like, yeah, we're good. We're done. We're back to being comfortable. Back to being comfortable. But the more you quit when things get tough, the easier it becomes the next time. We don't want that. So over time, quitting becomes a habit, not just a decision. We've talked about habits a lot with James Clear's Atomic Habits in the past several days. So be careful that it doesn't become a habit. And there's a hidden cost to quitting too soon. It's the almost made it trap, right? We almost made it. And it's easier to talk about, it was that time I almost beat that guy, or I almost did that. I almost made $1 million. And it happens right before momentum kicks in. So for businesses, if you're in business, many entrepreneurs, they quit right before they land that big project, or right before they sign that big deal. In fitness, it's that person that gets impatient, right? They quit right before the body starts responding and starts shedding that body fat. And then in relationships, people oftentimes will abandon friendships or partnerships when they hit challenges instead of just growing through them and working on it, doubling down, grinding it out a little bit, and realizing that things are going to be hard from time to time. Yeah, good to see you guys. Good morning, Justin. David, thank you for joining us. Kristen's here. Make sure you throw in the chat, how are you doing today? It's on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you're a football fan, who's going to win the game tomorrow night? I don't even know that cat at halftime. I learned a little bit about him this week, but I guess he got like 5 Grammys or something. I don't know. So let's talk about what you lose every time you quit. You don't just lose what you were trying to do. You lose progress, right? Everything you've done is wasted when you quit. And you also lose confidence. Each time you quit, it reinforces doubt in your own mind. Now you're doubting yourself. I knew I couldn't do it. Just reaffirm that negative belief. And you also lose the compounding benefits. The real magic happens over time, guys, whether it's in business skills, like, just people skills, interpersonal skills, or just general personal growth. You're growing all that time. You're working on something. And when you quit, you're just stopping right there, or going backwards for that matter. Coffee number 279 on the sleep score today. For those of you that are tracking my sleep because you don't have anything better to do in life. I tell you every day like it matters. You almost can gauge it, though. You want to watch out. If you get an 84, you want to be watching out. So back to the quitting thing. How do we push through it? How do we stick it out? How do we not quit? One of the things that's helped me the most is reframing the struggle. And understanding that this is part of the process. Just like I was talking about with Wendy with the hip thing, right? Like, well, first of all, we don't have a choice. We can't quit the recovery. I guess you could, but we're not. She's not. But successful people expect resistance, and they see it as proof that they're on the right track. This is to be expected. We're in the game here. We know this is coming. You can ask yourself, is this hard because it's wrong, or is it hard because it's worth it? It's hard because it's worth it, right? Remind yourself, I don't quit on hard things. I get better at handling them. That's growth, right? You can also set some no quit milestones. Instead of saying, I'll keep going until I feel like quitting, just set a milestone. I will not quit this business until I've given it 24 months. I'll stick to my fitness plan for 90 days before making a decision. I'll push through this difficult phase for 6 months before reevaluating. Most people quit because they're making an emotional decision in a hard moment. That's why, you guys that have done 75 hard, there's 75 days. There's a definite finish line to that, and you can fail and restart, but don't quit. Michael Moeller, good to see you. How are you, buddy? Throw in the chat. How are you doing today? 1 to 10. One of the other ways to stay committed is to create an anchor reason. Why you're doing this. Ask yourself why you're doing it in the first place. Because your why needs to be bigger than the struggle when the struggle happens. I'm building this business for my family's future. I'm training for this race because I need to prove to myself that I can do hard things. I'm staying disciplined because I refuse to be average. Or how about this one? I want to be able to show my kids what it's like when things get hard. There's a good one, right? Justin said, I'm feeling about an 8 today. I tend to get stuck in the loop of business and fitness plan. Start, get good momentum, and slow down or shut off. Right. Justin, go back to when you were the most successful at either one and ask yourself, what were the things you were doing when that was going on? And I bet there's some things in there that you're not doing right now. Dave Brackett's watching. Good to see you, buddy. Good morning again. Yeah, we had some laughs on the phone this morning, didn't we? Almost late for my live. And guys that are jumping on, let me know if the sound sounds a little bit better, a little more crisp, or whether it's just like, Dr. Johnny Fever on WKRP in Cincinnati. All right, the other thing we want to do is build a no quitting support system. We don't quit. Surround yourself with people who won't let you quit on yourself. Okay? Have a great team. When I was training for the triathlon stuff, I had a team. We had a training team. We had a training group. Dave was there. I knew Dave was going to be there with his bike ready to go so we could do our 50, 60, 100 mile, whatever it was, whatever foolish thing we were doing that day. I knew I had to show up. It wasn't just for me because it helped that I was trying to support someone else and keep them from quitting. The people in your corner will keep you going when you feel like quitting. So find those accountability partners and mentors, or even a coach to keep you focused. Somebody you might meet with once a week. Check in. The most success I've had in nutrition and staying on point is when I've had to check in with somebody like Mike Foley every week. I'm not going to eat this. I got to go see Mike on Monday, right? And if you have to do that, then do it. It's okay. Dave says misery loves company. Michael's a 7. Been a slow week, but I'm looking forward to resetting this weekend to hit it hard next week. Yeah, always room for improvement, right, brother? We like it. So the other thing you can do with trying to get better at not quitting is normalize those setbacks. We know we're going to have them, right, Michael? We know we're going to be a 7 from time to time, and that's okay. 2 Brackets on here now. Tyler Brackett is watching. Uh-oh. 2 of them in the same room. So setbacks are feedback, not failure. All right? Make the comeback better than the setback. Whatever mantra you need to have, right? Look at any successful person. They will tell you they struggled as well. 100%. Danielle says she's an 8. Go Birds. All right. You got a St. Louis Eagles fan. I'm sorry, right? Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I don't watch a lot of football, but I'll usually ask Dave who's going to win, and he's pretty close to being right most of the time. Right. So setbacks are feedback. And most successful people have had setbacks. They struggled too. Look at what separates them. Okay. Here's what separates them. They didn't fail. They didn't let failure stop them. They just didn't let it out. Talk to any business owner. They usually have 1 or 2 businesses they had before that where they failed or it didn't work. You're talking to one of them. Okay. We keep going. Tyler says, that's a stretch. Tyler, you a St. Louis fan? Right. Can't be perfect all the time, Michael says. Exactly. We're not chasing perfection, chasing consistency, because consistency equals discipline in my book. So I'll ask you this. What if today was the day right before you break through? Have you ever seen that meme or that cartoon with a guy with an axe and he's 3 feet from gold? Just Google 3 feet from gold and you'll see it. And he's digging a tunnel and he's 3 feet from the gold. There's another guy that's even closer, but just is sitting down with the axe over his shoulder and dejected and gave up. Don't be that guy. Don't give up just before you break through. And I'll ask you this. What if you quit and you never found out whether you could make it? Who even is St. Louis, Wendy says? Like you're a big football fan. She's all about the dip. We're having a Super Bowl party tomorrow night. It's just the 2 of us. What if you quit and never find out? So what's the one thing in your life right now that you feel like quitting? And I'm not talking about smoking or drinking or things that are bad for you. What would happen if you just decided to keep going instead? What would that look like? Yeah. What would that look like? You can always quit tomorrow. Don't quit today. I'll leave you with this quote. No one ever regrets pushing through, but people spend their whole lives regretting what they gave up on too soon. So don't be that guy or girl that quits 3 feet from gold. Yeah, Wendy doesn't even like hockey. Oh, there's a game tonight. I'm just there for the commercials and the halftime act. Supposedly Drake is going to be upset about some song that's being played, so there's a lot of drama there. I don't even know who Drake is. One day or day one, Tyler says. Yeah, guys, put in the chat. How do you guys handle when you feel like quitting? One of the skills that I learned from Chris Dwyer is just taking a positive action step. When you're having that day when it's just things are just piling up or whatever, like go for a walk. Just shift 90 degrees. Get out of the house. Go do something. Call somebody. Connect with somebody that might need to hear from you. Think about this. What if someone else is feeling the same way you are? And you take 10 minutes and light up their day. Change your perspective. Yeah. One day or day one. Yeah, that's what I had for you on quitting, guys. Don't quit, all right? It's going to be hard. Expect it to be hard. It's always going to be hard. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? So don't quit. Don't quit. You owe yourself more than that. Owe your family more than that. Figure out where you want to be and go for it. Reduce the distractions. Niche down. Focus on, get really granular about what you're doing. I'm trying to do X. The other thing that can help you, eliminate those social distractions. Would it kill you to not go out 3 nights this week and maybe focus on world domination? Would it kill you to not go to happy hour? Probably not. Hey, maybe you don't need to take those 4 trips this year. Maybe you stay home one time and work on you. Wendy says quitting shouldn't be an option most times. Right. And if you're on this call, it typically isn't. There's some times when it's time to pivot and move on to something else. We can talk about that in another call. But for today, we're talking about quitting and throwing in the towel. We don't do that here, not in the Summit communities. There's too many people you can reach out to that want you to win. Speaking of that, we've got a great event coming up on February 22nd. You guys, you knew I was going there. February 22nd. We're still selling tickets. I should say we continue to sell tickets, which is great. It's fun to open up the Eventbrite app and see that we've sold more tickets and more people are coming and more people are valuing spending a Saturday with winners in the right room, right in Portland, Maine. Many, many people are coming from out of town, which is super cool. So you guys that are coming from out of town, stay tuned. We'll put something together for Friday night. We'll put something together for Saturday night. And we're going to do a polar plunge, not a cold plunge, a polar plunge into the Atlantic Ocean on Sunday morning. So see what I did there, Wendy? Yeah. Speaking of our groups as well, I say it every week, but how many of you guys jump on and check out our school communities? SKOOL. Download the school app, type The Edge in there, and you'll see our groups. Go ahead and join. One of them's free. One of them will cost you a few bucks, but we deliver a ton of content in there on the daily. And unlike Facebook, when you open up our school communities, it's not what everybody had for dinner. It's not whose kid went to the amusement park and whether somebody likes Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, J.D. Vance. We don't care. We don't talk about that stuff there. We talk about winning. We talk about what's going to get you down the road further. And there's a bunch of people in those rooms that want you to win. 2 weeks from today, Danielle says. Absolutely. Boy, I better start getting ready. I've been working on my talks because I don't want to get embarrassed by Steve Rosenberg and Gary Chupik. And the first one, I'm not sure if I'll do it first or last, is going to be right around the book, Finding Your Edge. So we're going to dive into that, help you find your edge. And the next one is going to be about leadership and how you're showing up in your life and how you're showing up for others. So I'm going to get up in your business a little bit. So be ready. Be ready. Yeah, 2 weeks, Wendy. We got to get to work. I wish you could be here too, Dave. It won't be the same without you. I appreciate all the help you gave me last year. Matt Blood is going to come up a little bit early and give us a hand, but we won't have a lot of time. We got to get in there. It starts at 8, and I don't know as we maybe get in there around 6:30 or 7. So I need some help setting up real quick. Make sure my biggest thing is to making sure we've got the audio and video online so that people can hear and we're not having to go. Last year we didn't. It was a small crew, so we went without a mic. And I don't want to do that. That gets tough on the voice, especially if you're speaking for 45 minutes to an hour. And I also want to be able to record the audio as well so we can use it for reels and that kind of thing later. So, yeah, we wish you could be there. So if you're thinking about coming, you're thinking about if not sure it's for me, DM me. Let's have a conversation about it. And I can put you in touch with some people that were there last year. In fact, I've got a lot of last year recorded. So if you want to kind of see what it's all about, if you've never been to a personal or business development event, I would challenge you to step out of your comfort zone and come spend the day. Hey, if you're sitting in there in the morning and you don't think it's worth it, I'll give you your money back at lunchtime and you can go. No problem. Or you can stay all day. I'll still give you money back. But if you can look at me at the end of the day and say, this wasn't worth the $2.99, I'll give you money right back and tell you thanks for coming. Cliff Foley is here. Hey, you guys that you see this mug all the time, Cliff Foley's the one that did these. So Cliff, pop in there your cell phone if you want people to get a hold of you. Cliff can do a bunch of things. You guys have seen my big ass calendar. Cliff made that. So does a lot of signage and a lot of creative stuff. So good to have him in my corner. Dave says, great event last year. Learned so much. It got me motivated. Yeah. Dave, is there anything that you did last year because of that event or because you were present? How did it shift your mindset? Anybody else that was there last year? Wendy was there last year. We had people from Massachusetts. Mark Bunker and Bill Gustafson were there last year. They're coming again this year. Tim Catroni is going to be there. Tim's a coach. When other coaches show up at our events, I think that's super cool. Steve Rosenberg is one of our speakers. Gary Chupik's one of our speakers. These guys have spoken internationally. So Steve hangs out with Brad Lee. These guys are rubbing elbows with some people that know what's up in personal and business development. So they're going to be there. And it's not just, I'm not going to just trot them out on stage and then they go out the back door. They're going to be hanging around. And you want to pick their brain, shoot the shit, grab them at lunch, before, after. They'll be around. Pretty sure that both of them will be around Friday night. I know Steve will be. And Gary's flying in from Seattle area. So I know he'll be there Friday night. So we're going to be able to work them over a little bit and corner them and pick their brain if you so desire. So, and they're all about that. I watched Steve at an event I was at 2 years ago, hang around and just shoot the shit, smoke a cigar, and drink bourbon with guys until well after midnight. And he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. He was just hanging out and pouring into people. So Matt Moore says, what changed my mindset was realizing I needed more people in my corner. I couldn't do what I wanted to alone. Yeah, Matt came up last year. And Matt's from New Hampshire. And here's a guy that drove up to Southern Maine to spend the day working on himself and his business. Yeah. And here's Dave, a little over a year later, kicking off a new venture on February 17th. So at age 55. So guys, it's never too late to start doing what you want to do. And that becomes very obvious when you start hanging around with people that are winning. So I challenge you to get to the event. Come and see us. The last thing I'm going to leave you with today is I'm having a virtual book launch on February 19th. So the book that I wrote is done. It's being printed. 250 copies are dropping on my doorstep on the 18th. On the 19th, we want to do a virtual book launch. And when you publish a book with Amazon, it's really funny. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to buy 5,000 copies of this thing, right? Keep them in my garage, make sure they don't get wet. And that's not the case anymore. If you buy a book like this from Amazon, they actually have print partners. Like, let's say Dave bought one from down in Florida. Amazon finds the closest print center, and the book is printed right there and sent to Dave. They don't print 250 copies and send them to everybody and say, good luck selling your book. So it's a really cool thing. And so on February 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm trying to get 25 to 30 people on a webinar. and it's 15 or 20 minutes, guys. And the purpose is so that, say Dave's in Florida, Dave can search Finding Your Edge. And let's say Josh Baker is out in Tulsa. He's searching Finding Your Edge. And then Josh buys it, which actually is going to buy the ebook version, which is $5 or $6. So everybody on the call, you got to have $5 or $6 with you. And then Dave buys it in Florida. And then Gary buys it out in Seattle. And all of a sudden it starts to bubble to the top and starts to show up on their radar, I guess. And it starts to check some boxes that will help make it an Amazon bestseller. So that's the reason for the virtual launch, and just to get it out there and You guys, I have no delusions about becoming a millionaire by writing a book. It's really for marketing, for promoting my coaching, and to show you guys what it takes to find your edge. So I'm proud of it. I think it's going to be great. And I hope I can count on your support. I do this stuff every morning. I don't charge for it. We're just pouring it out there, trying to help people. This is a way that if you appreciate this stuff, yes, Wendy, thank you. This is a way you can support me. I don't ask for anything for this other than for you to share it. So I'll put the link in. Wendy would put it in, but I don't know that she has it yet. I'll put it in after. Give me 5 or 10 minutes after the call here, and I'll put that link in. As I always do, I'll put the link to the Edge Live event in there. And I'll also put the link that I put in frequently is for a free 30-minute strategy call. Okay. You don't have to be trying to build a big business or scale something. You can be considering starting your own business. You can be struggling with, hey, I'm a contractor and I want to go from 500,000 to 1.5. Bob, do you know how to do that? Yep, I know how to do that. I did that off the couch. Come at me. I know how to do it. So let's talk. And I work with some of my clients on just that very thing right now. Tyler says, my dad is switching from Dunkin' Donut to 7-Eleven coffee to watch his margins. No doubt. Your dad is one of the, not tightest, watches his money the closest people that I know. And guess what? That's the reason he has some of it, Tyler. So pay attention. I'm not going to buy that Dunkin' for $4.06. I'm going to go over to 7-Eleven for 99 cents or whatever it is. Cambis. So, yeah, pay attention to that stuff. He's watching his margins all the time. Gotta love 7-Eleven. That's our theme for today. So when you go by a 7-Eleven, you think of Wendy. Because anytime we go by a 7-Eleven, she goes, 7-Eleven. I wish I could have the sound clip. She does it well. Every once in a while, frugal, Dave says. Yes, frugal. When we go by, Tyler, there's no swearing on the edge. Anyway, guys, come to the event. Come to the event. Sign up for our group. Tyler, are you in our free group? I think you are. And if you want a little bit more than that, dig into your wallet, dig out $77 a month, and we will put you on a path of success. And the people that you get to rub elbows with in that group is unbelievable. So yeah, Dave, there's no cost to join our free group. We're up over 120 people in there now. I'm trying to kind of transition from that summit free group on Facebook to school, but just being honest, it's a bitch. It's a bitch to get people to open a different app. So anyway, we keep trying. We don't quit, right? We're not quitting. You will not see an email from me that says, oh, we're taking our school group down because I didn't get as many people as I thought it would. We're not doing it. Yeah, it's a good thing. If you guys follow Hormozi, Alex Hormozi, he's really getting behind school. So it's pretty cool. Cutting edge stuff here at the Summit community. So get on it. Dave, Tyler, Wendy, all the rest of you guys are on here. Matt Moore, thank you for contributing. Cliff Foley, good to see you. Michael Moeller, Danielle, and anybody else I may have forgotten. Justin, Josh Harvey, good to see you guys. Have a great Saturday. Don't quit. Think about something that you're kind of going half-ass on. Let's double down. You might be 3 feet from gold. All right? Guys, I appreciate it. We'll check in with you tomorrow. I will probably bring some high-level football analysis in the morning about what you're having for hors d'oeuvres at your party. But other than that, the game is anybody's guess. So this was fun today. Appreciate it. Go a little bit longer on the weekends. Have a good time with it. If this was good for you and you enjoyed it, please share it. Just share it with somebody and say, hey, maybe get on tomorrow. Bob's on every day at 8, except for Thursdays when Matt Moore and I have a coaching call at 8. So anyway, guys, thanks. Michael, I appreciate you as well. Wendy, thank you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.